And we're back with some more New York Rangers franchise mode in FHM 11. And in this one, we have the playoffs of year number 6, starting out against the Philadelphia Flyers, who are 50, 27, and 5 with 105 points. We faced them last year and took them out in convincing fashion, ending the series on a 10-3 game. So you can guarantee that they're going to be looking to get back at us here. So let's get into game number 1. Sim game that will be a 6-3 New York Rangers victory. Shots at 32-31 in favor of the Rangers. 3 stars of the game: Sidarian, Tomek, and Suoniemi. First period, you have Tomek with the goal from Sidarian and Yeko to make it 1-0. Then you have Suoniemi from Sidarian and Matachuk to make it 2-0. Then you have Dylan Nolan for Philly to make it 2-1. And in the second period, you have Tomek with another goal from Sidarian and Fiala to make it 3-1. Then you have Zellweger for Philly to make it 3-2. And then you have Capo Caco from Ratcliffe and Väisänen to make it 4-2. Heading into the third period, where Nadeau scores from Miller and Hedel to make it 5-2. And then Yeko on the power play from Ratcliffe and Tomek to make it 6-2. Dylan Strom scores to make it 6-3, but that is the end of the game, and we're up 1-0 in the series. Oh, Ratcliffe injured, 1%, 1 to 2 months. Not pretty. So that's a top 6 forward that we now lose for the playoffs. All right, game number 2 will be a 5-0 Philly victory. Shots at 39-30 in favor of your New York Rangers, but we lose the game. 3 stars of the game: Vasilevsky with the shutout, Strom, and Michkov. First period, you have Buskaya with the goal for Philly to make it 1-0. Then you have Berger and Michkov to make it 3-0. And then heading into the second period, you have Dylan Strom with the goal to make it 4-0. Third period, you have Strom with another one to make it a 5-0 victory for Philly. And we headed to game 3 tied at 1. Oh no, Bachvist is injured 1 to 2 months. 2 major injuries to start out these playoffs. You don't like to see it. Bachvist and Ratcliffe. All right, game number 3. We're on home ice. Come on, boys. That's a 5-4 Philly victory. Shots are 51-32 in favor of the New York Rangers, and we were not able to outscore them. 3 stars of the game: Berger, Yeko, and Sharangovich. First period, Wilkie scores for Philly to make it 1-0. Then in the second period, you have Kako with a goal from Sardarian to make it 1-1. Hedel gives us the lead on the power play from Artamanov and Fox to make it 2-1. Then Wilkie with another one to make it 2-2. Artamanov with a goal, his first of the playoffs, from Nadeau to make it 3-2. But then it's Tippett for Philly to make it 3-3. As we head into the third period, you have Tippett again with the second of the game to make it 4-3. Yeko shorthanded from Lundqvist and Fiala makes it 4-4. And then you head into overtime, where Yegor Sharangovich gets the goal for Philly to make it 5-4. And that will be a 2-1 Philly lead. All right, come on, boys. Game number 4, big game number 4 here. That is a 5-4 New York victory. All right, well, I'll take it. I'll take the wins however they come. Shots at 36-28 in favor of New York Rangers. 3 stars of the game: Artamanov, Berger, and Nadeau. First period, you have Wilkie and Berger with the goals, puts Philly up 2-0 to start the game. And then in the second period, you have Wilkie with another one. So that's actually a 3-0 Philly lead heading into the third period, where it's all New York, as Fiala with the goal from Kako and Lundqvist to make it 3-1. Matthew Joseph gets another one for Philly to put them up 4-1. But then it's Artamanov from Dunn and Yeko, Nadeau from Artamanov, and then Hedel on the power play from Fox to make it tied at 4, where Vince Dunn in overtime from Miller and Artamanov makes it the 5-4 victory. That was another close one there. That could have gone either way. And now Artamanov is injured. And Fox is in. Are you kidding me? Adam Fox, 1%. Dislocated shoulder, 1 to 2 months. Man, the injury gods are against us in this one, boys. Bachvist, Fox, and Ratcliffe. Come on, game. That is unfortunate. And Artamanov is also suffering from a foot contusion, 1 to 2 weeks. It's a minor injury, so he can still play, but yikes. All right, heading into a pivotal game number 5. The injury gods are unfortunately very much against us right now, so we need to give this our best shot here. Come on, boys. That'll be a 6-2 Philly victory. Yep. 55 shots to 29 in favor of Philly this time. 3 stars of the game: Michkov, Barkey, and Zellweger. First period, you have Joseph, Berger, and Michkov with the goals to put them up 3-0. Second period, you have Niels Lundqvist for our first goal of the game from Nadeau to make it 3-1, but then it's Sharangovich and Michkov to make it 5-1 before the end of the period. Third period, you had Niels Lundqvist with his second of the game from Nadeau to make it 5-2, but then it's Berger on the power play to make it 6-2 Philly. And we are in a hole here, and unfortunately, due to all the injuries we've gotten, it's not looking good. All right, elimination game number 6 going into it. Come on, boys. All right, that'll be a 1-0 lead. Tomek with the goal from Sidarian and Väisänen to make it 1-0. And there it is, 2-0. Kako with the goal from Marinochkin and Fiala. But there's a goal for Philly. Matthew Joseph makes it 2-1. Up 2-2. Matvey Michkov with the goal. And we are tied. Oh, hold on. With Steven Sardarian with the goal from Väisänen and Yeko, as we're only roughly halfway through the first period here, and we already have 5 goals total. There's a goal for Nadeau from Artamonov and Ryabkin. We are up by 2 now. And that is all before the second period. So a very offensive game here so far. Let's hope we can keep this up. Fiala with the goal from Yeko makes it 5-2. 6-2. Vince Dunn with the goal from Artamonov and Väisänen. Oh, there's 7-2. Adam Yeko from Matichuk and Sardarian. Oh, there's 8-2. Is this gonna be like game number 5 of last year? Except this time the situation, as far as the series goes, obviously doesn't favor us. But by the looks of it, we are about to make it a 3-3 series tie as Nadeau with the goal from Sardarian and Kako to make it 8-2. And we are heading to the third period up by 6. And that'll be 9-2. Adam Yeko with the goal from Sardarian and Tomek with about 5 minutes remaining, and that'll be all she wrote for this game. We are headed to 7. Good job, boys. Now, I have to wonder, hopefully that didn't embarrass them too much. I mean, that is reminiscent of, like I said, last year's game number 5, so you got to think that they are going to come back storming at us in game number 7 here. Shots are 44-35 in favor of New York Rangers. 3 stars a game, Sardarian with a 5-point night, Yeko with 4 points, and then Väisänen with 3 assists. Okay, here we go. Game number 7, going into it. And after 1 period, we have goose eggs. So this is looking like it might be a much different game than the previous one. Oh, there's the first goal of the game. Suoniemi from Miller and Artamonov. We're up 1-0. Come on, boys. Keep it going. Yeah, Hedel with the goal from Tomek and Ryabkin. There's 3-0. Tomek with the goal from Ryabkin and Miller. 4-0. Tomek with the unassisted goal halfway through the second period. There's Philly's first goal. Tippett from Farabee makes it 4-1. Oh, there's 4-2. Farabee with the goal. But there's Tomek with another unassisted goal. That is the hat trick from Tomek. And we are headed to the third period up by 3. Oh, there's a goal for Dylan Strome. It's not over yet. But there's 6-3. Adam Yeko with a goal from Miller and Fiala. And we're in a good spot now. And that'll be all she wrote. We're moving on to round number 2. That was a crazy series, especially considering the fact that we lost not only Ratcliffe, but Fox and Bachfist as well. That was one heck of a performance for losing 3 major players like that in one series. Good job, boys. Very good job. And look who it is once again. We have the New Jersey Devils. So going in reverse from last year. Last year we faced New Jersey in the first round and then Philly in the second round. And this year it is Philly in the first round and New Jersey in the second round. So, I mean, this is 2 tough opponents back to back here, as they also have 50 wins, 106 points. And unfortunately, we are also going to have to deal with Jack Hughes, who had 117 points this year, with a defensive core that does not currently have Adam Fox or Adam Bachfist. So this could be a doozy here. So here we go into game number 1 against New Jersey. That will be a 3-2 New York victory. All right. Shots at 37-35 in favor of New Jersey. 3 stars of the game are Tomek, O'Brien, and Sardarian. First period, O'Brien with the goal for them makes it 1-0. And then in the second period, Alexander Holtz with the goal to make it 2-0. But then Steven Sardarian soon after from Tomek to make it 2-1. Heading in the third period where it's Tomek from Väisänen and Sardarian. And then it's Ryabkin with his first of the playoffs from Tomek and Dunn to make it 3-2, and we get the win. Oh, are you kidding me? Adam Bachfist suffers a setback. Oh no. So he's going to be gone for another week or so here. That is unfortunate. All right, game number 2 will be a 4-3 New Jersey victory. Shots at 30 apiece. 3 stars a game are Ruck, Yeko, and Nyman. First period, you have Fiala with the goal from Yeko and Dunn to put us up 1-0. But then in the second period, it's Liam Ruck with the goal to make it 1-1. Adam Yeko soon after from Geeky and Gerard makes it 2-1. But then it's Luke Hughes to make it 2-2, heading into the third period where it's O'Brien with his second of the series, I believe, to make it 3-2. And that's Fiala not long after from Niels Lundqvist to make it tied at 3, heading into overtime where Nico Hischier gets the goal. Oh no. Are you kidding me? Yeko and Artamonov? Come on, game. Come on. Artamonov 3 to 4 months. And then Yeko, it's really funny, isn't it? Yeko with the 3 to 4 months. Oh my God. The injury bug hates your New York Rangers in these playoffs, man. Bachfist, Fox, Ratcliffe, Yeko, and Artamonov. Wow. We're going to have to make some call-ups here. And actually, we might even have to sign some emergency players, as I believe that is only 10 forwards. Yes, indeed. I mean, we have Kapanen in the minors, but he's only a 1.5 star ability. All right, out to free agency we go. We're gonna have to make some emergency signings here. Cole Smith, sure, get on the team. And that is all the 2-star players available. So I suppose we're gonna have to call up Kasperi Kapanen here, as that is very unfortunate, the amount of injuries we've had so far in these playoffs. 5 injuries so far. Good Lord. So let's hope we can pull through all these insane injuries here. Okay, heading into game number 3. Not feeling great about this, but we may as well see what happens. Talon Boyko is in net. Sim game. That is a 2-1 win for your New York Rangers. All right. Shots of 45-33 in favor of New Jersey, but we pull off the win. 3 stars a game, Ryabkin, Wright, and Boyko with a 978 save percentage. Way to go, Boyko. First period, Ryabkin with the power play goal from Hedel and Tomek to put us up 1-0. Then you have Väisänen with the goal from Kakko and Dunn to make it 2-0. Shane Wright with the only goal of the game for New Jersey on the power play to make it 2-1, and obviously no scoring in the third. And we are up 2-1 in the series. All right, here we go. Game number 4 will be a 5-4 New Jersey victory. Shots are 49-37 in favor of New Jersey. 3 stars a game, Hughes, Fiala, and Bratt. First period, you have Samuel Fiala with back-to-back goals. The first from Suoniemi and Matachuk. The second from Ryabkin and Tomek to make it 2-0. Heading to the second period where Hughes scores to make it 2-1. Then in the third period, it's Holtz on the power play to make it 2-2. Then you have Väisänen and Lundqvist with the goals. Väisänen's goal from Nadeau and Fiala, and then Lundqvist's goal from Kakko and Matachuk to make it 4-2. But then it's Holtz and Villeneuve to make it 4-4, heading into overtime where Liam Ruck gets the goal to make it a 5-4 New Jersey victory, and we are tied at 2 in the series. Okay, heading into game number 5, pivotal game number 5. That will be a 6-3 New Jersey victory. Shots are 45-23 in favor of New Jersey. 3 stars a game, Bratt, Hughes, and Hughes. And that is the second time in a row that we're down 3-2 in the series. But you know what? We did it against Philly, so we could do it against New Jersey. I mean, the odds are stacked against us with the amount of injuries we have right now, but gotta find a way. First period, you have Morgan Geekie with the first goal of the game from Sardarian and Kakko to make it 1-0. And then it's Shane Wright with a goal to make it 1-1. Väisänen scores from Tomek and Nadeau to make it 2-1. Tracy and Hughes score to make it 3-2, but that's Martinochkin from Matachuk and Kapanen to make it 3-3, heading in the second period where Brock Faber scores to make it 4-3. And then the third period, you have Jesper Bratt shorthanded, and then Jack Hughes to make it 6-3. And we're in a tough spot, but like I said, we did this against Philly, so we can come back against New Jersey. I mean, again, the odds are very much stacked against us, but let's hope we can find a way. So here we go, going into an elimination, game number 6. There it is, goal for Samuel Girard from Martinochkin and Kapanen. Makes it 1-0, off to a good start. 2-0 Matachuk from Hedel and Nadeau. The boys are clutch so far. And then Ryabkin with the goal from Tomek and Matachuk. And we're up 3-0 heading into the second period. And that will be a scoreless second period as we head into the third, still at 3-0. And there's a goal for New Jersey. Nico Hischier with his second of the playoffs to make it 3-1. But is that it? Nope, not quite. Jesper Bratt with the goal makes it 3-2, makes it interesting. And there's 4-2. Steven Sardarian with 23 seconds left from Tomek and Dunn. And we are headed to a game 7. Let's go, boys. Shots are 31-28 in favor of the Rangers. 3 stars of the game are Tomek, Ruck, and Matachuk. Okay, here we go. Elimination game 7. Can we do it again? Can we do it again? There's a 1-0 goal for New Jersey. Shane Wright with the goal early on. Gives them the advantage. And there's 2-0 New Jersey. Nico Hischier with the goal. All right, second period down by 2. We need a big second period here. We need a big second period here. Come on, boys. 3-0 Liam Ruck. And it's not looking good so far. Heading to the third period down by 3. We need a big third period. It's not happening, is it? I mean, there's a goal for Ryabkin, but too little too late. Only 45 seconds left from Tomek and Sardarian. And that'll be all she wrote. We're out in the second round. Yeah, I mean, shots at 37-27 in favor of your New York Rangers. 3 stars a game, Hischier, Tomek, and Sweden. Yeah, I mean, you could say injuries definitely played a part in these playoffs. I mean, we definitely showed some fight towards the end there. You know, we pushed it to game 7 in round number 2. I didn't even think we were going to pass round number 1, to be honest with you, after the injuries to Ratcliffe, Fox, and Bachfest. But after those injuries to Yeko and Artamanov, I was like, yeah, this is not looking good. But even with all those injuries, we did somehow still manage to push it to a game 7 in round number 2. So I guess I can't complain too much, but yeah, that is an unfortunate amount of injuries right there, all to major players. Yeah, like all 3 stars or above. Yeko had 33 points in the regular season. Artamanov had 52. He's a big time player for us, of course. Ratcliffe, who had 47 goals during the regular season. Adam Fox, obviously, he's our captain. He's the 5-star player. He's our star. And Adam Bachfest, he's solid on the defensive core, backing up Fox. So, I mean, that was a lot. That was a lot for any team to deal with. So I don't think the fault lies with anyone here in these playoffs. It's more or less just really bad injury luck. I mean, obviously, you know, we proved that we could bring it to a game 7, and if things had gone a little differently, we could have advanced on to the 3rd round. But you know what? Sometimes that's just unfortunately how it goes. I mean, seriously, like, look at this. That's like half of our core. And the 2029-30 Stanley Cup champions are the Nashville Predators. This is their first Stanley Cup, and the playoffs winning goal was scored by Philippe Veilleux. They went through Dallas, Utah, Calgary, and New Jersey in the finals. We have a trade proposal for Morgan Geekie from wait a minute. Hold on just a minute. Aaron Sawatsky, 22 years of age. So I don't know how much more growth he's going to be doing here, but that's controversy will follow. I mean, that's a good offer. Value wise, that's a really good offer though. I might have to take that and just flip him, you know, like I might just take Sawatsky and then flip him maybe for like a 1st round pick, because that's a really good offer for Morgan Geekie, who's on our trade block, because he did not do too well this season. Only 17 points, 53 games played, and making a salary of 5.4 for the next 2 years. I mean, again, I don't like that personality trait, but value wise, that's a pretty insane offer. I might have to take that. I was not expecting an offer like that. Because again, even if we don't use him, he could be great trade bait. Yeah, I mean, I think I got to do this. Value-wise, that's too good. That's way too good. Complete trade. There you go. So Morgan Geekie, now a member of the St. Louis Blues, and Aaron Sawatsky, at least for the time being, is a member of your New York Rangers. All right, so now let's get a look at the player stats for the playoffs. In 14 games played, you have Tomek with 18 points. He was on a roll. Sardarian with 14. Yeko with 11 and 9. Biala with 11 and 14. Nadeau with 10. 8 for Ryabkin, Vaisinen, Kakko, and Artamanov. Dunn and Matchuk with 7. Lundqvist and Hedel with 6. Miller with 5. 3 for Suoniemi and Marinochkin. 2 for Gerard, Ratcliffe, and Fox. And then actually, we'll take a look at Geekie, just see what he did. And he had, in 14 games played, 2 points. So with that, we do have a couple of decisions to make as far as upcoming FAs. There's Vince Dunn, there is Steven Sardarian, and there's Dylan LeBray. Everybody else I know I'm releasing. So LeBray only wants, 1.6? Yeah, but his development hasn't exactly been great, or at least not as I expected it to be. He is a 2-star ability, so he's technically NHL serviceable, but every time he's up here, he's underwhelming at best. Sardarian had a pretty good year, 37 points, 57 hits, and that's in how many games played? 81. And then during the playoffs, 14 points in 14 games played. So I think I want to renew Sardarian. As for Dunn, I think he's going to be asking for too much. Yeah, 8.3. That's a little too much, especially because we only have roughly, 9 mil left in cap. Yeah, 9.9. That's going to be way too much. But Dunn's a really good defenseman. He's really good. That said, if we sign Dunn, we're not going to have much breathing room in free agency. Like, we're not going to have much room to do anything else. So I think for the time being, I will let Dunn walk. If we can by chance get him in free agency for cheaper, then we will do that. But for now, we're going to let him walk to free agency. But I will definitely sign Sardarian. He was very good in the playoffs, and he was solid during the regular season. So I will start at 3.25 for 3 years. And I managed to get him down to 3.75 for 3 years. I'll do that. And I think everybody else on this list is getting released. We do have LeBray qualified, so he'll stay under our control. But the rest of these guys will become UFAs. And we're now on June 23rd, which means it's time to sign some prospects, and we'll see what signing deadlines are coming up. There's only 2 this year, Larson and Lindo. Really not a fan of either, to be honest. I guess I'll sign Larson just as some minor league depth, but that's about it. And there is Oscar Venberg, who is at a 2-star ability currently, 3.5-star potential, getting open at 19. So he's certainly got some NHL ready ratings here. His physical category is pretty good as well. I think it's really the defensive category that's holding him back a little bit. Here's the thing, though. I don't think he would fit in anywhere on our roster, at least not anywhere where he would get meaningful growth. So I think for right now, we'll leave Venberg unsigned. His signing deadline isn't until... when is it? Next year? Yeah, it's next year. So we'll leave him be for right now. All right, time for the awards. For the Ted Lindsay and Art Ross, you have Jack Hughes, who, as we saw earlier, has 35 goals and 117 points. For the Maurice Richard, it is Austin Matthews, who had 50 goals this year and 110 points. Lady Bing goes to Jack Hughes as well. The Bill Masterton goes to John Carlson, age 40, still in the league, 40 points, 82 games played. For the Marc Messier Leadership Award, you have Jordan Gavin of Montreal. Only had 15 points this year and 66 games played and a 62 grade at 23 years of age. He has a 14 leadership rating. Is he at least an alternate on Montreal? No, he's not even an alternate captain on Montreal. So once again, I fear I will never understand how that award is handed out. But anyway, back to the award ceremony. You have Jake Oettinger winning the Jennings with a 911 save percentage and a 270 goals against average in 52 games played, along with one shutout. And then for the Hart, between Austin Matthews, Cale Makar, and Jack Hughes, it is Jack Hughes. For the Conn Smythe, it is Bowen Byram of Nashville with 19 points in 26 games played. For the Calder, between Corey Baskaya, Jakob Frollo, and Caden Allen, it is Jakob Frollo of Tampa with 72 points in 82 games played. For the Norris, between Miro Heiskanen, Simon Wong, and Brock Cripps, is Simone Wong of Utah with 54 points in 76 games played. For the Selke, between Barrett Hayton, Matthew Joseph, and Cole Perfetti, it is Matthew Joseph of Philly with 37 points. For the Vezina, between Andrei Vasilevsky, Yusei Saros, and Michael Hrabal, it is Yusei Saros with a 920 and 3 shutouts in 63 games played. For the GM of the year, between Bill Armstrong, Chris Drury, and Jeff Keelty, it is Bill Armstrong of Utah. And for the Jack Adams, between Rod Brindamore, Martin St. Louis, and Andre Tourney, it is Andre Tourney, also of Utah. And here's our 2029-30 season summary. We reached the playoffs at a winning season and a winning percentage of 600 or better. No negative categories, longevity bonus of 5, and a financial health bonus of 1. Total season scores at 25, and total career scores so far of 151. 5 available points. I will put that into tactics and motivation. And Guy Boucher's contract is up for renewal. I would say he deserves it because this past playoffs obviously wasn't really his fault. And you know what? He did manage to help push our guys to a game 7 in round number 2 where we had many major injuries. And obviously last year we made it to the 3rd round, which I believe was our best playoff performance yet. So I think we'll give him another shot, another 2 seasons to see what he can do with a hopefully healthy roster. All right, so we're on July 1st. Let's see what we need. In goal, you have Luukkonen and Boyko. I'm fine with that tandem going into next season, so nothing to worry about there. Defensemen, you have Fox, Bachfus, Matachuk, Väisänen, Miller, and Sawatsky currently. We'll see what happens with him going into the draft. There's also Dylan LeBray, who we could give a chance to. Miller, unfortunately, at a 2-star ability now at 7.1 on his contract. So it looks like that major injury really hurt his star ability there. It really caused him to start dropping a little bit earlier than expected. So we should definitely look at improving our defensive core. Forward-wise, you have our Tamanov, Nadeau, Ryabkin, Kako, Tomek, Ratcliffe, Hedel, Suoniemi, Yeko, Sardarian, Fiala, Marinochkin, and Larson I'm going to send down. Obviously, we could use a couple of depth forwards, I think, just in case some crazy injuries happen, just like the last year's playoffs. But we don't need anything crazy at forward. But I would like to improve our defensive core if possible. So let's see what's in free agency. You have Byfield, Kupari, Knight, Sogard, Spacek, and Dunn are the best defensemen. So let's see what Dunn wants. 8.1 still. Yeah, that's a little too much. Now, what about Spacek? Only 2.9 for 3 years. Yeah, that's really good. He could be a really good offensive guy. He had 55 points last year in 75 games played, 61 grade. How is he physically? Not too good, I would imagine. 66 hits. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely an offensive defenseman, and I'm not sure if we really need one of those right now, considering we have Matachuk, we have Bachfus, we have Fox, so I don't feel like we really need a player like him. Though that is great value. That is great value for Spacek for sure. Being a 3-star ability and effectively asking for only $3 million, that is a great value. It's just a matter of that's not really what we need, So we might be forced to look at the trade block here because, again, Vince Dunn is unfortunately just going to cost way too much. It's not something we can afford because as it is, we're already effectively at an $82 million in salary cap. We're not going to be able to afford Dunn without moving somebody here. And I guess maybe we could move Miller in order to get Dunn back on the team. Regardless, I know that I want to hold on to obviously Fox, Bachfest, Matachuk, and Väisänen. Those 4 are staying. So it's really a matter of do we get rid of Miller? And then forward-wise, I really like our forward core. So I think the only thing I would consider in order to get Dunn back on the team is to move Miller. But even that I'm not really a fan of, to be honest, because we would have to really overpay for Dunn, I think, because he was asking for 8.1. He's going to cost 8.5. And that's if another team doesn't contest for him, which they very well might. Vince Dunn's a very good defensive defenseman, and that might take his price up to 9, potentially 9.5 mil. And that's not something that we're going to be able to do. Ryan O'Rourke looks pretty good. defensively, especially hit 19 hitting. In fact, let's take a look at him before we end things off. He played last year in the AHL with Toronto, and then the year before that with Chicago. He had a 69 grade and 14 points in 37 games played. How's his personality? Yeah, it looks good. Actually, yeah, I think we'll go after Ryan O'Rourke, because I guarantee you, since he played in the AHL, he's probably going to be pretty cheap. Yeah, I think O'Rourke is our guy here. Let's go 3.45 for 3 years. So not counting Sawatsky, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to trade him. There's Bachvest, Fox, Miller, Matichuk, Väisänen. Then if you include O'Rourke, that's 6. So in that case, your defensive defensemen are Väisänen, Miller, and O'Rourke. Then you have your offensive defensemen as Fox, Bachvest, and Matichuk. However, you have to remember, Matichuk's a really good defensive simulator as well. He's constantly getting defensive grades in the 70s. And just given that Ryan O'Rourke is a lefty, now that I think about it, it may not actually hurt to go after Spotcheck, who's a righty, and an offensive defenseman. Because in that scenario, it would be Fox and Matichuk on the first pair, Bachvest and Väisänen, and then on the third pair, it would be O'Rourke and Spotcheck, and then Miller is the backup defenseman. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So we will, in fact, go after Spotcheck. I'll give him the same thing that I gave to O'Rourke, 3.45 for 3 years. And then I also want to pick up some depth at forwards. So I think we'll go after Justin Ertel here. 2.5 star ability. A mostly well-rounded player. Looks like more of an offensive player, but he could be some good depth, I would imagine. Maybe for the third line if we need him to fill in for an injury. And the best part is that he only wants 1.2 for 2 years. We'll definitely do that. And I will give him 1.3. Getting some more cheap depth here. Elliot Denoye asking for $1 million for 2 years. He's a 2.5 star ability, so we'll definitely do this. And then I think we'll also go after Dmitry Ovchinnikov, who is at a 2.5 star ability and wants 1.1. I will give him 1.15 for 2 years. So with that, let's simulate ahead and see if we get our guys. And here we go. Time for the draft lottery. At number 16 is Pittsburgh, followed up by Columbus, Detroit, Vegas, Washington, Florida, Carolina, Vegas, Colorado, New Jersey, Edmonton, Winnipeg, the Islanders, Chicago, and St. Louis at number 1, followed up by Anaheim at number 2. Yeah, this is looking like another rough draft here. There might be like 1 3-star potential available for us to pick by the time it's our turn. So let's see. Pick until human. Nope, not even. There is 1 2.5 star potential left in Arvidsson. I mean, he's good enough, I guess. Jesper Arvidsson, welcome to the New York Rangers. Pick until human. And oh, we're only the second round and we're not looking great right now. Yeah, all these guys are going to be projects. All right, skipping the rest of the draft. So unfortunately, there was no one really worth trading for there to trade Sawatsky to. So his destination is yet to be determined. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll end up playing for us this year. But once again, I really do not like his personality trait that he has. So I would prefer to move him out. And I would also prefer to move him out while his value is still high, right? But for right now, let's just see what happens with all of our free agent signings. Okay, we didn't get Spotcheck. He signed with Pittsburgh, but every other player that we approached has signed. Denoye, Ovchinnikov, Ryan O'Rourke, and Ertel have all signed. So I think this will be our roster for right now. Obviously, there are moves that I want to make before the start of the regular season, namely with Sawatsky. But that being said, it has been a pretty long episode already, so I'll end things off here. And the next one, we will advance to the start of the Year 7 simulation with your New York Rangers.